Hello everyone, welcome to my channel TechQuest Learning Point. I come back again after long gap to discuss about the question and answer on the Microsoft Azure data fundamentals. Hope you are doing great. Today I want to discuss about the question and answer part 1, question number 1 to 20 on the Microsoft Azure data fundamentals. Okay, let's start. Question number 1. To complete the sentence, select the appropriate option in the answer area. Dash is an object associated with a table that sorts and stores the data rows in the table based on their key values. Option A cluster index. Option B, a file table. Option C, a foreign key. Option D, a stored procedure. Explanation. Clustered indexes sort and stores the data rows in the table or views based on their key values. These are the columns included in the index definition. There can be only clustered index per table because the data rows themselves can be stored in only one order. The only time the data rows in a table are stored in sorted order is when the table contains a clustered index. When a table has a clustered index, the table is called clustered table. If a table has no clustered index, its data rows are stored in a unordered structure called heap. Therefore, the correct option is A. Next question. Question number 2. To complete sentences, select appropriate option in the answer area. Descriptive analytics tells you dash. Option A. What is most likely to occur in the future? Option B. What occurred in the past? Option C. Which actions you can perform to affect outcomes? Option D. Why some things occurred in the past? Answer. There is simplest stage of analytics, and for this reason most organizations today use some type of descriptive analytics. The easiest way to define it is the process of gathering and interpreting data to descriptive what has occurred. For this most reports that a business generates are descriptive and attempt to summarize historic data or try to explain why one event in the past different from another. Therefore, the correct option is B. Next question, question number 3. To complete the sentence, select the appropriate option in the answer area. The massively parallel process MPP engine of Azure Synapse Analytics dash. Option A, distribute processing across compute nodes. Option B, distributes processing across control nodes. Option C, redirects client connections across compute nodes. Option D, redirects client connections across control nodes. Answer. Azure Synapse Analytics is designed to process huge amounts of data. Sometimes, table in Synapse Analytics can have hundreds of millions of rows. Even with these huge amounts of data loads, Synapse Analytics processes complex queries and returns the query result within seconds. This is possible because Synapse SQL run on a massively parallel processing MVP architecture where the processing of data is distributed across multiple nodes. Applications connect to a control node. As the name suggests, a control node acts as a point of entry to Synapse Analytics MPP engine. After receiving the Synapse SQL query, the control node then breaks it down into MPP optimized format. The individual operations are then forwarded to the compute nodes. These compute nodes can perform the operations in parallel, thereby resulting in much better query performance. Therefore, the correct option is A. Next question. Question number 4. For each of the following sentence, select yes if statement is true, otherwise select no. Note: each correct sentence is worth 1 point. Statement 1. Normalization involves eliminating relationships between database tables. Statement 2. Normalizing a database reduces data redundancy. Statement 3. Normalization improves data integrity. Answer: normalization is the process of organizing data in a database. This includes creating tables and establishing relationship between those tables according to rules designed both to protect the data and to make the database more flexible by eliminating redundancy and inconsistent dependency. In the statement 1, normalization does not involve eliminating relationships between database tables. Therefore, this statement is false. In the statement 2, as the normalized database reduces data redundancy, therefore this statement is true. In the statement 3, as the normalization can improve data integrity, therefore this statement is true. Next question, question number 5. You are reviewing the data model shown in the following exhibit. Use the drop-down menus to select the answer choice that completes each statement based on the information presented in the graphic. Note: each correct selection is worth 1 point. Statement 1. The data model is dash. Statement 2. The customer is a dash. The correct answer will be star schema dimension. Next question. Question number 6. To complete the sentence, select the appropriate option in the answer area. An exact transform and load ETL process requires dash. Option A. A matching schema in the data source and the data target. Option B. A target data store powerful enough to transform data. Option C. Data that is fully processed before being loaded to the target data store. Option D. That the data target be a relational database. Answer: extract, transform, and load ETL is a data pipeline used to collect data from various sources, transform the data according to business rules, and load it into a destination data store. Next question, question number 7. You have the following JSON document. Use the drop-down menus to select the answer choice that completes the each statement based on the information presented in the JSON document. Note: each correct selection is worth 1 point. Statement 1. Customer is dash. Statement 2. Address is dash. Statement 3. Social media is dash. The correct answer will be customer 1 is a root object, address is a nested object, social media is a nested array. Next question, question number 8. To complete the sentence, select appropriate option in the answer area. In batch processing, dash. Option A, data is always inserted one row at a time. Option B, data is processed in real time. Option C. Latency in delivering data processing results is acceptable. Option D. Processing can only execute serially. Answer: when to use the batch processing, you might expect latencies when using batch processing. For many situations, however, this type of delay before the transfer of data begins is not a big issue. The process that use this function are not mission critical at exact moment. So the correct option is latency in delivering data processing results is acceptable. Next question, question number 9. Match the types of analytics that can be used to answer the business questions. To answer, drag the appropriate analytics type from the column on the left to each question on the right. Each analytics type may be used once, more than once, or not at all. Not each correct match is worth 1 point. Select and place. Analytics types: cognitive, diagnostic, descriptive, predictive, perspective. Why did sales increase last month? How do I allocate my budget to buy different inventory items? Which people are mentioned in a company's business documents? Answer: the correct analytics types are diagnostic, prescriptive, and descriptive. In the first business question, the correct analytics will be diagnostic because we know that diagnostic analytics it answers the questions why did it happen. At this stage, we can begin to answer some of those why questions. Historical data can begin to be measured against other data to answer the question of why something happened in the past. This is the process of gathering and interpreting different data sets to identify anomalies, detect patterns, and determine relationships. Some approaches that uses diagnostic analytics include alerts, drill down data discovery, data mining, and correlations. This can include some traditional forecasting techniques that uses ratios, likelihoods, and the distribution of outcomes for the analysis. Supervised machine learning training algorithms for classification and regression also fall in this type of analytics. In the second business question, the correct analytics type is prescriptive because we know that the prescriptive analytics it answers the question how can we make it happen. Prescriptive analytics is a combination of data, mathematical models, and various business rules to infer action to influence future desired outcomes. Predictive analytics, broadly speaking, is a category of business intelligence that uses descriptive and predictive variables from the past to analyze and identify the likelihood of an unknown future outcome. In the third business question, the correct analytics type is descriptive because we know that the descriptive analytics it answers the question what happened. Next question, question number 10. To complete the sentence, select the appropriate option in the answer area. Transcribing audio files is an example of a dash analytics. Option A, cognitive. Option B, descriptive. Option C, predictive. Option D, prescriptive. Answer: the correct option is cognitive analytics. Next question, question number 11. To complete the sentence, select the appropriate option in the answer area. A key value data store is optimized for dash. Option A, enforcing constraints. Option B, simple lookups. Option C, table joins. Option D, transactions. Answer: the correct option is B because a key value store associates each data value with a unique key. Most key value stores only support simple query, insert, and delete operations. To modify a value either partially or completely, an application must overwrite the existing data for the entire value. In most implementations, reading or writing a single value is an atomic operation. An application can store arbitrary data as a set of values. Any schema information must be provided by application The key value stored simply retrieves or stores the value by key. So the correct option is simple lookups. Next question. Question number 12. To complete the sentence, select the appropriate option in the answer area. A relational database is appropriate for scenarios that involve a high volume of dash. Option A. Changes to relationships between entities. Option B. Geographically distributed rights. Option C. Transactional rights. Option D. Rights that have varying data structures. Answer. The correct option is C, because the Relational Database Management System (RDBMS) is the appropriate for high volume data transaction. Relational databases are optimized for writes. They are optimized for consistency and availability. Advantages of relational databases include simplicity, of data retrieval, data integrity, and flexibility. Next question. Question number 13. You have a SQL query that combines customer data and order data. The query includes calculated columns. You need to create a database object that would allow other users to return the same SQL query. What should you create? Option A, an index. Option B, a view. Option C, a scalar function. Option D, a table. Answer. We know that view is a virtual table which is created by using one or multiple fields from one or multiple tables. A view can contain a calculating field. A view acts as a filter on the underlying tables referenced in the view. Therefore, the correct option is B. Next question. Question number 14. For each of the following statements, select yes if the statement is true, otherwise select no. Note each correct selection is worth 1 point. Statement 1. Batch processing can output data to a file store. Statement 2. Batch processing can output data to a relational database. Statement 3. Batch processing can output data to NoSQL database. Answer. In the statement 1, usually a long-running batch jobs are used to filter, aggregate the data in a big data solution for analysis, and these jobs involve reading source files from scalable stores like HDFS, Azure Data Lake Store, and Azure Storage, processing them and writing the output to new files in scalable storage. Therefore, the statement 1 is true, and the statement 2 will be no, and the statement 3 will be no. Next question. Question number 15. Which statement is an example of data manipulation language (DML)? Option A. Revoke. Option B. Disable. Option C. Insert. Option D. Grant. Answer. We know that it is possible to affect the information stored in a database by using the statement of data manipulation language (DML), such as insert, update, delete, and merge. So the correct option is C. Next question. Question number 16. Drag drop. Your company plans to load data from a customer relationship management (CRM) system to a data warehouse by using an extract, load, and transform (ELT) process. Where does data processing occur for each stage of the ELT process? To answer, drag the appropriate locations to the correct stages. Each location may be used once, more than once, or not at all. You may need to drag the split bar between pans or scroll to view content. Note, each correct selection is worth 1 point. Answer. In these scenarios, we find that we need to load data from a CRM system to a data warehouse by using the process ELT. So it is clear that first need to extract data from the CRM system. Therefore, the answer is the CRM system for extract. Next, the data is needed to be loaded into the data warehouse. So the correct answer is the data warehouse or load. The last location is transform process such as filtering, sorting, aggregating, joining data, cleaning data, deduplicating and validating data. It is obviously located at in-memory, so the correct answer is an in-memory data integration tool for the process transform. Next question, question number 17. For each of the following statements, select yes if the statement is true, otherwise select no. Note each correct selection is worth 1 point. Statement 1. Platform as a service PaaS database offerings in Azure requires less setup and configuration effort than infrastructure as a service as database offerings. Statement 2. Platform as a service PaaS database offerings in Azure provide end user with the ability to control and update operating systems version. Statement 3. All relation and non-relation platform as a service PaaS database offerings in Azure can be paused to reduce cost. Answer. In an infrastructure as a service IaaS environment, for using database we need to install and configure SQL Server software and have to be responsible for everything such as version updating, data backup, etc. But in the platform as a service PaaS environment, no need to install SQL Server software. Therefore, this statement is true. In the statement 2, there is no access to change the operating system in the platform as a service PaaS environment. The PaaS offers the access to use the services on it only. Therefore, this statement is false. In the statement 3, the Azure SQL database in platform as a service PaaS cannot be paused to reduce the cost by clients. So this statement is false. Next question, question number 18. To complete the sentence, select the appropriate option in the answer area. A visualization that shows a university's current students' enrollment versus the maximum capacity is an example of dash analytics. Option A. Cognitive. Option B. Descriptive. Option C. Predictive. Option D. Prescriptive. Answer. In these scenarios, the current students versus maximum enrollment capacity is shown visually. That means something happening here and it is described in graphically or visually. So the correct answer is option B, that is descriptive. Furthermore, we know that to answer the question of what's happening imply the descriptive analytics. Next question, question number 19. You need to create an Azure storage account. Data in the account must replicate outside the Azure region automatically. Which two types of replication can you use for the storage account? Each correct answer presents a complete solution. Note, each correct selection is worth 1 point. Option A. John Redundant Storage GRS. Option B. Read Access Geo Redundant Storage RAGRS. Option C. Locally Redundant Storage LRS. Option D. Geo Redundant Storage GRS. Answer. We know that in Azure storage we can copy data to a secondary region by using two options, Geo Redundant Storage GRS and John Redundant Storage GZRS. But with GRS or GZRS, the data in region Data in the secondary region is not available for read or write access unless there is a failover to the secondary region. In order to provide the read access to the secondary region, we need to configure the storage account to use read access geo-redundant storage RAGRS or read access geo-zone redundant storage RAGZRS. So the correct option is B and D. Next question, question number 20. Drag drop. Match the types of visualizations to the appropriate descriptions. To answer, drag the appropriate visualization type from the column on the left to its description on the right. Each visualization type may be used once, more than once, or not at all. Note: each correct match is worth 1 point. Answer: in the first description, we know that the visualization type tree map is charts of colored rectangles with size representing value. They can be hierarchical with rectangles nested within the main rectangles. So the correct answer is tree map. In the second description, key influencer visualization is the appropriate for this description because a key influencer chart displays the major contributor to a selected result or value. In the last description, since the scatter and bubble charts display relationships between two scatter or three bubble quantitative measures, hence the correct visualization is scatter.